Last week, I was at Skepticon 9 in beautiful Springfield, Missouri, where I gave a talk about how easily lies travel on social media. I opened with a famous quote, which is that a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. It's often attributed to Mark Twain, which makes me like the quote even more because, ironically enough, Mark Twain probably never even said that. And even if he did say that at some point, it was not said by him first. The first person to come up with the idea of that quote was probably Jonathan Swift about 100 years before Twain was even born, when Swift said, "Falsehood flies and the truth comes limping after it." So funny, ironic, but still very accurate, especially today in the age of social media, which gives lies an even better chance to get a leg up on the truth. And this has been well known for quite a while now. One of the cool things about social media, including Facebook and Twitter, is how easy it is for scientists to gather lots and lots of data and analyze how people are talking to each other. And what the researchers see again and again and again is that mistruths can spread rapidly around social media, but even when they're corrected within minutes, the correction rarely actually reaches anywhere near the same people as the lie. And to make matters even worse, sometimes the correction only makes people believe the initial mistruth even more. That's especially true if the correction comes with some bit of shame or judgment, like when PolitiFact calls something pants on fire wrong, or when I say pretty much anything, to be honest. So it really comes down to stopping lies from propagating in the first place, something that's incredibly difficult and is often made even more difficult by the fact that social media sites are making decisions based upon marketing. They generally don't have a good reason to stop lies from spreading. They often make money based on whether or not you're going to click on a particular link, regardless of whether or not it's true. And studies show that lies get clicked more often on Facebook than truths. And that's why Facebook has borne the brunt of people's anger about lies spreading in the lead up to the US presidential election, since Trump campaigned pretty much exclusively on lies. Lies about Obama's birth certificate, lies about global warming, lies about things he said publicly and on record, and he still won. Social media obviously isn't entirely to blame for Trump. It's complicated, but we'd be remiss if we didn't examine how social media may have affected things. For instance, Facebook actually had the ability to remove fake news stories that started trending on their platform, but they decided to stop that program before they even instituted it because they realized that it disproportionately affected right-wing sources. In other words, the majority of the misinformation was coming from conservatives, so they didn't stop it because they didn't want to look biased. Facebook and Google both recently announced plans to stop fake news sites from using their ad programs, but of course, that doesn't even begin to touch all of the direct links to these sites that trend thanks to gullible users and nefarious assholes who are exploiting them. These sites have to take responsibility for the spread of seriously damaging misinformation and tweak their algorithms, regardless of whether or not it offends the homeopaths, the Psychic Friends Network, or the GOP.